Welcome back, story lovers. Today, we're journeying to the quiet town of Smileyville to meet a cheerful 8-year-old boy named Toby. Now, Toby was a lot like many of us. He absolutely loved soccer, watching cartoons for hours, and of course, devouring delicious chocolate chip cookies. But there was one thing Toby really didn't love: taking care of his teeth. Every single morning, his mom would call out, "Toby, time to brush your teeth." And every night, like clockwork, she'd remind him, "Don't forget to floss." But Toby would just groan. He'd run to the bathroom, splash a tiny bit of water on his toothbrush, maybe swish it around for 2 seconds, and then rush off to his next adventure. He thought, what's the big deal anyway? One particular night, Toby had a real feast. He gobbled down a whole mountain of soft, sticky marshmallows. Feeling sleepy and full, he tumbled into bed without even glancing at his toothbrush. And as he drifted off into a deep, sugary slumber, something truly magical happened. Suddenly, Toby's eyes fluttered open. But he wasn't in his bedroom anymore. He was in a breathtaking, sparkling land. The sky above him shimmered with all the colors of toothpaste. And the trees weren't made of wood, they were shaped like giant toothbrushes with soft bristles for leaves. A signpost read, "Welcome to the Tooth Kingdom." It was amazing! But as Toby looked closer, he realized something was terribly wrong. The beautiful, shining kingdom was under attack. Tiny, mischievous green creatures were crawling all over the pearly white castle walls. They were giggling and leaving behind a trail of sticky, yucky goo everywhere they went.
These were the dreaded plaque monsters.
The kingdom's protectors. The tooth guards, brave molars, and incisors with shiny armor were trying their best to fight them off. But the guards looked weak, tired, and some were even starting to crumble at the edges.
A noble tooth knight with a pointed helmet and a brave face staggered towards Toby.
"Help us!" he cried out, his voice shaking. "We're being destroyed!" This was Sir Canine, one of the bravest knights in the kingdom. He pointed a weary sword at the swarming monsters. "We're in this mess because someone forgot to brush and floss." Toby's jaw dropped.
He pointed to himself, his eyes wide with disbelief.
"Me," he whispered. Sir Canine nodded gravely, his expression serious. "Yes? You? When you skip brushing, the leftover sugar from your food becomes a feast for the plaque monsters. It makes them grow bigger and stronger. And when you don't floss," he continued, pointing to the gaps between the castle towers where monsters were hiding, "they set up camp in places where no brush can ever reach them." A wave of guilt washed over Toby. He looked at the crumbling tooth guards and the sticky goo slimming up the beautiful castle. I didn't know," he said softly. "I didn't know it was this serious." He had only thought about getting back to his toys, not about a whole kingdom that depended on him. Just then, a gentle, shimmering light appeared. A wise and kind-looking tooth fairy floated down. Her wings sparkled like dental floss, and her name was Flossina. She smiled warmly at Toby and handed him 2 magical tools: a toothbrush made of pure gold that glowed with a soft light, and a long, shimmering lasso made of the strongest floss he had ever seen. "Only you can save us," Toby Flossina said in a gentle but firm voice. "You have the power to defeat the plaque monsters." She showed him how to hold the golden brush. Brush in small, gentle circles. Make sure you reach every single surface. Do this twice a day, every day. "And this," she said, handing him the floss lasso, "is for the sneaky ones hiding between the teeth. Floss between every tooth to clear out their hiding spots. Now go. Show those flossy monsters who's boss." Feeling a surge of courage, Toby sprang into action. He was no longer just a boy who didn't like brushing. He was a hero on a mission. He gripped the golden toothbrush and charged towards the castle walls. He scrubbed and scrubbed, using the gentle circles Flossina had shown him. The sticky goo dissolved, and the walls began to shine a brilliant white again.
The plaque monsters shrieked as the powerful bristles swept them away.
Next, Toby grabbed the shimmering floss lasso. He skillfully swung it between the castle scours the gaps between the teeth. With a flick of his wrist, he pulled out the hidden monsters that were cowering in the dark. One by one, they were evicted from their hiding spots, unable to resist the magic of the floss. The Tooth Kingdom grew brighter and brighter with every monster he defeated. Finally, the very last plaque monster vanished with a final pop. The entire kingdom erupted in a massive cheer. The Tooth Guards stood tall and strong again, their armor gleaming. The castle sparkled, cleaner and whiter than ever before. Sir Canine walked up to Toby and gave him a crisp, Horamata Salute. "You've saved us, young hero," he declared with gratitude. "The Tooth Kingdom is in your debt." Toby beamed with pride, a huge, happy smile spreading across his face. And with that smile, he woke up. He was back in his own bed. The morning sun was streaming through his window. For a moment, he wondered if it was all just a dream. But the feeling, the responsibility, was real. He leaped out of bed and ran straight to the bathroom. He grabbed his toothbrush and squeezed on a dollop of toothpaste. He didn't rush this time. He brushed carefully, just like he did in the Tooth Kingdom, imagining he was a knight defending his castle. He brushed in gentle circles, getting every nook and cranny. Then, he reached for the dental floss. He remembered Flossina and the floss lasso, and carefully cleaned between each and every tooth, making sure no plaque monsters could hide. From that day forward, Toby never, ever skipped brushing or flossing again. It wasn't a chore anymore. It was his duty. It was his way of being a hero. And every night, after he finished his routine, he'd look at his clean, sparkling reflection in the mirror, give a little wink, and whisper, "For the Tooth Kingdom." So, what's the moral of Toby's adventure? Brushing and flossing twice a day isn't just about having fresh breath or a nice smile. It's about protecting your teeth from invisible enemies like plaque and decay that are always trying to attack. A few minutes of care each day can save you from pain, cavities, and expensive trips to the dentist. So be the hero of your own Tooth Kingdom. Protect your smile. Thanks for watching, everyone! If you enjoyed Toby's story, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures. Until next time, keep smiling.